started off, I wasn't going to film this because I didn't think it would be particularly interesting, but the rear carb on Spitfire has a fuel leak, and it's coming out of where the jet joins to the float chamber. I've already replaced the seal in there, and it's still happening. So what I'm going to do is try and take I think I should be able to take the float chamber off while it's in the car, and then we'll have a look and see if there's any damage, or even if we can just get it seated better while it's on the bench. So let's go on with that. Okay, so these are the right carbs, or normal. These are the carbs you'd expect on a Mk3 Spitfire. So there's some detail differences to the Mark IV carbs, which have a little clip there. It's the same deal. So I'm hoping with that, the choke lever out of the way, I can get to the nut under here and take the float chamber off without taking anything further apart. So I'm going to see if I can get something onto that. Go. It's jet 2. So I'll get the fuel emptied out of that and then put it on the bench. I'll just let this for a bit to give the fuel a chance to evaporate. It doesn't look, it feels solid, doesn't look contaminated inside, which I'd been surprised if it was anyway. So I'm just going to take the jet off and see if there's anything in the seating. So the threads aren't damaged. I can't see any damage to the metal. I'm using a brass seal on here, which is supposed to last forever rather than the rubber. There's a little bit of dirt on it, so it might just be a case of give it a clean out and try again. So I kind of suspect that this leak might require fuel flow or fuel pressure to manifest, but I'm just giving it a go with it. So I've filled up, tightened the jet on, supported it so it's not lower than the surface of the fuel, because otherwise we're going to get siphoned and it'll piss out. And I'm going to see if this leaks, if it shows any signs of leaking, and if it doesn't, I'll put it back in the car and try again. It looks a bit red because this is some two-stroke oil containing chainsaw fuel, because that's what I've got in a can. But it'll do the job. See whether we leak. So I'm just going to leave that for a while and see what happens. Okay, that's been sat for a while. I can't see any signs of it leaking, so I'm going to put it back on the car and see how it behaves there. So got the float chamber back on, jet back on, choke connected up, and I'm going to give it a try and see what happens. I have noticed, or I thought I'd noticed, I have. So the rear, when the choke's being pulled, the rear jet is dropping and the front is not, which is something else a bit now. So that was about 3,000 RPM. Yeah, looks okay for the moment. The next thing is a quick go under actual load to take it down the road a bit. So I'm not going on test drive quite yet because I spotted something else that's wrong. It's probably, I could just about see there's a tiny leak on the radiator. So I'm going to clean up this area, drain down a little bit of the coolant because I want to keep most of it in there to stop me overheating the rest of the radiator, and then try and solder that up. Quite annoying for this being a new radiator, or about a year old. Anyway, let's give it a go. I managed to run a lot of solder off down the edge of the radiator, though I have got some into the area that was problematic. Hopefully that'll do. I haven't done any proper soldering in a long time. I'll put some coolant in and give it a test. And fingers crossed I haven't made it worse. Okay, so I'm going to get that. Run up the temperature, because it's quite a hot day. We're already moving. And then we'll see if this radiator joint holds. Under here, carbs are still looking fuel tight. So we should be at temperature. Let's see. I've used this on the engine before. I guess the thermostat is just opening then, because we're climbing on the thermostat housing there. Yeah, radiators showing in the 40s, so we've got flow. And this is looking good so far. Aye, so both leaks are looking good. Static. So I'm going to get the air cleaners on, go for a test drive, check it after about a mile, and see if it makes any difference. Fingers crossed. After a little drive, this is looking okay still. Have a look at the carbs. And these are still looking like a fuel sign. So I guess it must have just been the not been done up quite enough. So I guess it's going to be a short one. 2 leaks fixed for the moment, hopefully. So yeah, I'm going to get on, and I'll say thank you for watching, thank you for commenting, thank you for subscribing, and see you later.